Welcome to the KINEDU podcast. In this episode, Alice, our psychologist who is certified in conscious parenting, will talk about what the parental burnout is and how to prevent it.
So what is parental burnout and what tools can I add into my toolkit to recover from the inevitable exhaustion that parenting brings and live more joyfully? Let's start out by defining burnout. So do you ever feel like you're drowning, exhausted, or depleted? You are not alone. These are some symptoms of parental burnout. And it is this chronic high stress condition that results from a mismatch between the demands that parenting brings on the daily basis and the resources that the parent has to meet those demands. These resources can be either physical, that require other people, or mental tools and resources that we have to deal with the stresses of everyday life. The changes that COVID-19 has brought into our parenting has put parents at a greater risk of parental burnout. But even without the pandemic, parents are always at risk of developing burnout. Now, parents are always concerned about their children, be it their behavior, their eating and sleeping patterns, their education, their schooling, everyday tasks have a lot of responsibilities that the parent must fill out throughout the day. For most parents, this stress is momentarily, and as just like waves, there's a peak of stress and then it comes down and we go back to baseline. So most of us experience the turmoil of day-to-day life, but it's nothing that can't be brought back down. For others, for those who are on the verge of burnout or who have experienced burnout, the stress becomes too overwhelming to bear. And not having enough resources puts us at a risk of developing burnout. So I've talked with many moms who during the pandemic had no help and were really worried about getting sick or getting someone else sick. And these could lead to some burnout in some if it was not treated in time. And the major difference between parental burnout and experiencing job burnout is that jobs, we can look for another job, we can quit or leave that job. And with our children, we are stuck there. So we must find ways to really focus on our well-being and therefore transmit well-being to our children. If there is not a balance between our expectations and the demands and the resources that we have, this mismatch will lead us to feel greater stress. Most of these are perceived by our own expectations and our own standard of perfection. And if we see that at this moment, we don't have enough resources, a great way to diminish this stress or these is to lower our expectations of the moment. Remember, as parents, we don't need to be perfect. And I can't stress this enough, that perfectionism really gets in the way. And this is what can lead us to feel like we are not good enough. Having more resources and having mental resources is a protective factor. And we're going to look at this in order to be able to deal with this day-to-day parenting. What are some effects of parental burnout before we look at the strategies? Being overinvested in the parenting role, feeling lonely or the perception of being alone, failure to perceive support or ask for help, a desire for perfection, lack of emotional tools to cope, high expectations and low support, self-pressure to be the best, to have the household clean, to cook the best, healthiest meals, to have the kids sleep their naps perfectly all the time, be on a schedule. All of this can put us at risk. Anticipation or preoccupation about the future, and feelings of shame, guilt, self-loathing, and not being good enough. All this goes beneath the burnout. The impact of parental burnout is physical and emotional exhaustion, emotional distancing from one's children because we can't deal, our brain shuts down and cannot deal with more. Sense of being an incompetent parent, but it's really this mismatched perception and this skewed perception of ourselves. Escape ideation, being constantly triggered, that small things that usually increase self-judgment and negative self-talk, feeling like you're constantly putting out fires. And this is when it gets really, really bad, childhood neglect or abuse.
Welcome to the KINEDU podcast. In this episode, Alice, our psychologist who is certified in conscious parenting, will talk about what the parental burnout is and how to prevent it.
So, what can I do to decrease my risk of burnout and to even prevent it and live motherhood and parenthood more joyfully? So, the first tool is to simplify all that you can. Right now, it's not the time when we are in high stress to put greater pressure on ourselves. It's time to cook simple meals, to order takeout, to conserve energy. We don't want to have the house be perfect when what we need to do is take care of ourselves. We might not like the mess, so we buy a big basket where we put all the toys inside. We simplify. Next, we embrace a good enough parent. If you've heard the talk on the good enough parents, this term coined by Dr. Donald Winnicott is that our children don't need us to be perfect. They just need us good enough. And what does that mean? Present, not perfect. We want to express our needs. Dr. Edith Eger says that the opposite of depression is expression. If you're feeling sad, lonely, overwhelmed, like you can't deal, share this with a trusted friend, with your partner, or with a professional. Expressing our needs makes the feeling decrease. It releases the pressure that gets built up inside of us. And it's a way to connect with others. We also want to prioritize sleep and self-care. I know that sleeping when the baby sleeps is almost impossible because they wake up. But I want you to take out those distractors that don't allow you to sleep, be it social media, watching TV, engaging in activities that increase your nerves. We want to instead try to eat healthy meals, not a heavy dinner, to make sure we eat, to breathe, do yoga, anything that can calm us down, have a walk, and sleep when our babies have gone down. Use that time, even if it's for a little bit. Don't scroll through social media or get distracted. Use that time to rest. We want to increase our self-compassion, become our own best friend, talk to ourselves nicely as if it were our friend going through this exhaustion. We wouldn't tell them to just buckle up and breathe through it or to think positively. We would be there, have empathy. So we want to bring all that same energy to ourselves. We want to seek help and accept it without guilt. As humans, we love to help. So if you need help with a cooked meal or with someone holding your baby while you take a shower, ask for help. The other person will be happy to help. And if they can't help at the moment, they'll let you know. And then it's something that we can pay forward. The next time our friend has a baby, we will do this for them as well. Get social, even if it's by phone. We don't want to lose connection with our friends, with our family, with people that bring us joy. Engaging in social support, seeking out friends is a great way to connect, to vent, to laugh, to release tension, and build strong bonds. Don't let yourself get isolated. Even if you feel tired, call a friend for 5 minutes to feel better. Create healthy boundaries with others and with yourself. This can be not working beyond a certain time, releasing the need for a nap if they don't sleep by a certain time, putting a boundary on your social media use, anything that you need that can bring you greater ease. We want to release that need for perfection. It's not time to have the house look like a magazine. If it's not like a magazine like you desire it, make sure you tell yourself this moment where you need to get back to basics. And we want to tap into our creativity. Go outside for a walk. Sometimes when we are ruminating, we lose the ability to be creative. But if we step away for a bit, take a walk, connect with nature, we can tap into that creativity that will allow us to better deal with our situation. And if you've done this and it's still too much, be sure to get professional help. There is no shame in getting help. It's something that we all go through. We all experience low points in our life, stress, and sometimes it's too much to bear. So, seeking professional help will really be this container that can help you gain the strength to really go back into your life and live it from this well being perspective, from this wholeness and joy. And remember, you are worthy and deserving of a joyful life. Validate your feelings and use them as a portal for transformation. Whenever you are going through, listen to those feelings, listen to your body, see what it says, and move forward with that information. Thank you so much. I hope this really helps. And be sure to reach out if you need more help. Have a great day.